Hi, Mrs. Sanford's class. This is Mrs. Martin, and Mrs. Sanford asked me to create a Pathfinder for your Disorders of Nervous Systems project. And I just thought, since I'm going to be in the library with another class, a little video might be helpful because I have a couple tips that I really wanted to share with you. So this was the only way I could think of doing it. So, how to find your Pathfinder. I know you guys know this because you're older. But here we go. And it's down here at the bottom. Nervous system disorders is what I named it. So I'm going to look here. So you need a total of 10 slides. It looks like you need to use a scientific journal article, but I'll let Ms. Sanford explain that a little more. And then just like always, we want you to use credible sources. So for this project, obviously you're using educational sources that have a medical or health background. So that's what I've compiled for you today. I just included an encyclopedia as a good background reference source, but obviously the Brain Facts website you're using is probably going to be another great reference source to get you started learning about your disease or disorder. Gale Science in Context is sort of what I wanted to show you because a lot of the sources can be found in here. So that includes news sources, magazine sources, and also academic journals. So let me try dementia as an example. So reference would just give you an overview of a topic, but with this assignment, and this is something I really wanted to emphasize, 2014 could be really out of date. You want something, even though it says it was updated, you just want to make sure that you have the most updated information. Every day, new information is coming out about these diseases. So, just a reminder, you can organize Gale sources by date, like so. And, okay, 2015. But again, reference is just like encyclopedia articles, so Encyclopedia of Medicine, for example, Encyclopedia of Science. So this is an overview kind of source, just like Grolier. But 2015, we're getting a little more updated, and then it says it was updated since then. So besides reference, there's a lot more, as you probably know. Images would be great since you are, I assume, including them for your slideshow. Statistics, helpful. Even some audio if you want to learn about the disease or disorder and hear about it. News, again, a great source. We have good, Mental Health Weekly Digest, good educational sources, and you would want to organize these 15,000 results by date as well. A video, not bad, maybe helpful. Maybe you can include it in your slideshow. I'm not sure if that's suggested or not by Ms. Sanford. And then here we go, academic journals. So this would be where I would go to find an academic journal. Since, Gale is more high school oriented rather than college, it might be a little easier to understand. And then magazines. So just a reminder, a lot of great tools in here. So January 9th, very up to date. This one is pretty short, but there's a link for more information. It looks like the full text, so they're just giving you a preview. It looks like they want you to purchase the rest of the article. So be aware of that. You would most likely want a full text article, but maybe you can get enough out of this for your summary. Reminder of all these great tools, and then of course you need a slide for your sources. So here you are, MLA citation. Alright, so let's go back to the Pathfinder. So that's sort of Gale and what I wanted to show you there. Medline Plus. I love this source. It's from the U.S. National Library of Medicine, and I always use it for these kind of projects. I know I showed biology students this one before. So basically, it's like a database in the sense that it gives you sources and tells you where they're from. So, of course, they're going to pull from the National Library of Medicine, but there's different agencies within that. So here we have CDC, so Center for Disease Control and Prevention. So that's the database part of this site. But then this part is what I like to show students, the read more, because it breaks the disease down into a lot of the categories that you have to include for this project. So I know you need symptoms right here. Treatment down here. And let's see, prognosis, maybe prevention. Just go through the different links, which are down here. They're broken up until you find everything you need for your different slides. So that's really helpful. And then we have some magazines. These three are ones that we subscribe to, and they're like an ebook in the sense that you get to literally flip through the magazine. So I'm going to show you Popular Science. And just going to load. And what you can do is either flip through this current issue. Pretty neat, a lot of infographics. Or you can search, oh sorry, I should show you. For this issue, they show you the table of contents right here, so you can jump to different pages. You can search this particular issue, so let's try it. See if, okay, no results for dementia. Let's try all the past issues. I think they let you look at the last few years. So it looks like it is mentioned, but, you know, check the headline. Affordable hearing. Not quite what I was looking for. Brain myths. Let's see what that's about. Sometimes you get lucky. So we only use a fraction of our brain. So this is more of just sort of interesting facts kind of article. What I was going to say is sometimes you get lucky. I thought it was Popular Science, but maybe it was Discover, where there was a recent magazine article about the brain and the nervous system. But I know not all your diseases will be covered. So these three magazines, you know, is just a suggestion. Science News is more like a website where there's a search bar right here. And of course I chose dementia, that's pretty common. But, you know, maybe it won't work for everybody. But I wanted to gather the best sources possible. So this is nice because they tell you the date right away. Not the case in all sources, but remember you want the most current info. Okay, another source for journals is this one right here, PLOS. And this one does not give you the dates, which should have bothered me, but you just have to look through the different articles. I think this one was 2013, 2016. Okay, so this one was pretty good. Basically, it will give you all the information a journal would give you. So the methods they use in their study, the results, their conclusion, and a lot of data. So looks like it's got the copyright details, so that's going to be helpful. So actually, this is just a summary. Journal articles are very long. So you will be probably skimming your journal article and then of course summarizing it. For websites, I included the best of the best in my opinion. Mayo Clinic, National Institute for Neurological Disorders and Strokes, CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. These three, I found they have menus, so I think all of you hopefully will be able to find your disease. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with websites, especially if you find ones that are experts in your disorder, which brings me to this one. These types of sources you can also find by Googling, but I just wanted to point out that some of the best sources for your disease or disorder will be associations or foundations or institutes that are specific to yours that you picked. So here we have the American Stroke Association, the Epilepsy Foundation, what else? The Alzheimer's Association. So these groups, they study your disease and nothing else. So finding a foundation or association is going to be another perfect source for you. They have all the latest research. They meet, with people, people that have these diseases go to their website, so they are in constant contact with people suffering from the disease. They'll give tips for treatment, which is something you need to look at. So please search for these kind of sources, and you can do that by Googling as well. Just keep your eyes open for associations, foundations, etc. Hopefully these sources will get you started, and then you can do further research. I know that the Brain Facts, I'll just point this out, had some other links as well. So let's see. Here we go. Let me just pick one. Here we go. Obviously, these are great summaries that you can use. Here are the organizations I mentioned, and then all these links, some of them I have on the Pathfinder, research. I think it takes you to, okay, not that one, sorry. Let's try articles. Yeah, so it takes you to Medline Plus. So I'm happy to say that a lot of the sources they recommend are the same ones I recommend. So lots of great links for you by, the site Miss Sanford gave you and the site I gave you. Hopefully will get you on your way. Thanks.